Welcome to another Kong Show. Once again, we're at the Pink Cow, this time with film critic Don Morton. How you doing, Don?
I'm in critical condition.
You are constantly in critical condition.
Yeah.
And what are you having to eat here at the Pink Cow today?
I'm having my weekly burrito.
All right, we'll talk more about that later, but right now let's get to the films you'll be reviewing for the weekend starting April 17th and 18th.
There are 4 movies opening this week. They are Duran Duran Unstaged, The Good Lie, L-I-E, like not telling the truth, Inherent Vice, and Whiplash.
Start with worst first?
Worst first. That would easily be the Duran Duran Unstaged movie. Now, were you a fan of Duran Duran back in the day?
No, not really a big fan of their music.
Well, I couldn't say I was either. As a matter of fact, I couldn't put one title, a song, to the name Duran Duran. I knew zilch about them, except I knew there was a group called Duran Duran. And it was directed by David Lynch for some reason, who used to make pretty cool movies, although hasn't in almost, quite a long time. So it was worth a look. But I was totally unprepared for more than 2 hours of uninspired concert footage of flaccid Brit new wave drivel, mostly at the same tempo, and all this was overlaid by these pseudo-artsy Lynchian images that kept flashing and waking me up. I mean, what are you going to do? Okay, I realize this review is totally subjective, but I didn't know what else to write about. It was so lame. The remaining fans deserve better than this.
What about the soundtrack? Will fans enjoy the soundtrack?
Well, it's mostly it was from a concert promoting their 2010 album, so it doesn't have so many of their 70s and 80s. When were they? I don't know.
80s, favorites. Mostly 80s and 90s.
Yeah, so it's mostly newer stuff.
Moving on, the next film is called The Good Lie.
The title comes from Huckleberry Finn when Tom Sawyer tells a lie for a good reason to save his friend Jim from becoming a slave.
What's it about?
It's about 4 young Sudanese who survive the rape of their village. They escape and they undertake a monstrous trek across Africa to a refugee camp where they live for the next 13 years.
Where?
I think it was Ethiopia, but
okay.
That's not the point because it's about to get worse.
Uh-oh.
Because then they qualified for a special U.S. program and brought to Kansas City
for
resettlement. Yeah. To this point, the movie is inspirational, if somewhat sanitized story of survival of these kids. Then Reese Witherspoon appears in a supporting role as an employment counselor, and the movie kind of falls apart. Reese does nothing really wrong. It's just that her character reframes the focus of the movie from African survival to a white American point of view. The bookends of this movie both take place in Africa, and they're very good. And I can't tell you why the movie is named this, because it doesn't become apparent until the very last scene.
The Good Lie.
The Good Lie.
Moving on, Inherent Vice.
This is a comedy from Paul Thomas Anderson, who usually makes very serious movies, like There Will Be Blood and The Master, most recently. He adapts Thomas Pynchon's 2009 kind of sun-dappled beach noir novel about a stoner detective played brilliantly by Joaquin Phoenix named Doc in the early 70s Los Angeles.
Reminds me of a Cheech and Chong movie almost.
This is Raymond Chandler meets Cheech and Chong.
Oh, I love it already. How do you prepare yourself for this movie?
Well, that's a self-answering question. Josh Brolin's in it as Doc's nemesis, a straight-laced, very funny cop named Bigfoot. It's unpredictable, it's strange, and it's deranged, and it doesn't always kind of add up. So don't try to make sense of it. Just don't try to figure it out. Just lie back and let the low-key parody just wash over you, because that's all you can do.
Did you laugh?
I laughed a lot.
Out loud?
Out loud.
How about the rest of the audience?
The rest of the audience was mostly Japanese film critics.
Were they getting it?
I think they got some of it.
So the theater was cackling?
Cackling.
Yes, okay.
Chuckling. Tittering. Tittering even.
All right. Final movie this week is called Whiplash.
Whiplash, one of the best movies of the year.
Oscar Award winner.
3 Oscar Awards, including Best Supporting Actor for J.K. Simmons. It's about a talented 19-year-old drum student at a prestigious New York City Music Academy who falls under the sway of a brutal Machiavellian perfectionist teacher and challenged to rise to his full potential. This movie was nicknamed Full Metal Juilliard at Sundance.
Inspirational movie?
It's an inspirational teacher movie, and there's a lot of those, but don't be expecting Dead Poets Society or Mr. Holland's Opus. You will not know where this one is going. It turns the sentimental genre on its head. This plays more like a sports movie or even a psycho thriller.
Inspirational movie for young musicians.
Absolutely.
What
also,
age?
and a cautionary tale for young musicians.
What about the title, Whiplash?
Whiplash is the title of a very difficult big band number that hinges on the drummer. It also describes how you might feel at the end of the cathartic, riveting final scene. I mean, I was just gasping for breath when this movie ended. It was absolutely amazing. Again, one of the best movies of the year.
PG-13?
No, there's quite a bit of cussing in it.
Not for the kids.
That's an interesting question because my great niece is showing quite a talent for playing the drums in a small combo.
How old is she?
She's 11. And I want her to see this movie, but it's pretty foul and it's pretty brutal. But I don't know. It depends on the kid, I guess.
All right. We're here at the Pink Cow, as usual, and you are having
a chicken and black bean burrito.
I know you love to come here every week to always have the chicken burrito, but have you tried other food and drinks here?
Occasionally, yeah. They have a very good stroganoff, a wonderful chicken salad, unbelievable. All the food is kind of American home cooking, which is odd because it's made by an Australian chef, Andy.
And it's all very fresh, too, right?
It's all fresh and it's not too expensive.
It's conveniently located in Roppongi.
Right across from Don Quixote.
In the shadow of the Tokyo Tower.
That's right.
So if you're in Tokyo and you're looking for some good home-cooked food, or if you're visiting Tokyo and you'd like to try the same, come here to the Pink Cow in Roppongi. Don Morton, film critic from Metropolis Magazine, thank you very much.
Amen, bro.